please don't spend your money. I say this with love. Do not spend your money on a brand that you know nothing about. And I say it in love. Do not give these people your money. If I came up as a stranger, not me, because I know that y'all would give me money, but you would not just hand over $2,000, $2,500, $500 to a stranger on the street. These brands are strangers on the street. Treat them as such.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran, said no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hey darlings, it's Dion Dean. Welcome back to another video. So Saturday, the 23rd from 10 to 12, I will be hosting my first Shop Preloved Luxury Workshop 101. And I say it's Preloved Luxury, but as I was putting this video together, I realized that it probably needs to be shopping Preloved Luxury and shopping the outlets and giving you all the tips and tricks that I use to find the best prices on my luxury items. You guys know that most of my goods over the last decade, most of my items have been pre-loved. Number one, because I'm a thrifter and I send my thrifted finds to the Real, and when those sell, I just leave it in my little luxury kitty. But then also, I really like the Real's selection. If you're someone that likes mint, then definitely Fashion File is a place for you. And I do have some mint items from Fashion File. My Prada bags are from Fashion File, but you can find some really good deals on the Real and some other websites that we're going to be talking about in the workshop. And one of the things that I want to do in the workshop, like the last half an hour or so, and that's why I'm keeping the group so small, is I actually want to work with you to find the pieces that you may have been looking for online and you just need help finding them for the best price. Because I get so many questions about how I find, or not even how, can you help me find this? Can you help me find that? Can you help me find this? I have this budget. So this will be the opportunity for us to do that online and for me to show you how I do that. Anyway, that being said, that's going to be the 23rd from 10 to 12. And I really am doing this workshop. I'm going to be completely honest. This is selfish. This is something for me to look forward to. This has been a really difficult season and I just wanted something happy and to spend time with you guys. And yeah, just 2 hours of just fashion and fun as we go into Thanksgiving, which I'm not necessarily looking forward to. I think we're going to go see Moana. I think that's what we're going to do because it opens on Thanksgiving Day. Anyway, y'all didn't come for that. But this is something really for me to, number one, interact with you guys because I really miss my Poshmark Lives, which are going to be coming back in the month of December. Maybe Black Friday. I'll let you know. But anyway, what's today's video? I didn't even tell what today's video. Today's video is going to be about my favorite pre-loved and outlet finds. I have a list because, you know, Professor Dean makes lists. I had a list of 10. I was going to say, oh, my top 10 pre-loved items. And if we're 10, then it'll be 10, but it may be more. Because I realized most, if not all of my items over the past decade are going to be pre-loved or from the outlets. There's a few reasons for that. I do, as a thrifter, send a lot of my goods to the Real. And when those items sell and clear, I use that money for luxury. The other part of it is budget. I like I like my cake and to eat it too, so I want that bag, but I also want that trip home to London to see family. And then with the outlets, for me, I just know that everything's going to end up there, and we're going to talk about that. Not everything, but a lot of items that we see in the store, you know, 6 months to a year later, are going to end up at the outlets. And so for me, it's just smarter to just wait it out. And also in the waiting it out, you'll see if you really do want it. And if you do, you do. And if you do, you're going to get it at a better price. And if you don't, then you've saved, you know, thousands of dollars. So that being said, we're going to go over my favorite pre-loved and outlet finds. I'm going to leave it to 10 because we could be here all day. And it depends on the season, right? So, you know, my Dior slides, I was going to put this as a part of the 10, and I wear them a lot, but this is more summer. I want to keep it kind of like my favorite fall pieces. And then some pieces you're going to be like, girl, we saw those last year. Yes, you did. And they're still my favorite. Okay. All right. So we're going to split it up into 3 parts. The first part is going to be jewelry. Then we're going to do shoes, and we're going to do handbags. So let's get into jewelry. So pre-loved outlets. I'm going to start off with my latest find, which I will leave a link to the video. I got this, 2 weeks ago? Has it been 2 weeks already? God, dog. Has it been a week? A week ago? Last week? Something like that. A week and a half. I'm gonna say this is an outlet find, okay? Talking about jewelry, but this is from the Hermes sample sale, and this is the ear cuff that I've gotten. that I purchased at the sale. I hope that you guys can see it. This, of course, is not outlet, but I'm going to consider sample sale a part of that outlet group. And I have worn this, what 2 weeks ago? I've probably worn this 3 or 4 times already. It's such a simple, it's such an easy thing to just slip on with a gold earring, and you just feel like, you know, you've done a little something. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm actually regretful that I didn't get the blue one as well, because this is something that you just, like, again, you just put it on. You could be wearing the most boring outfit, and it doesn't, I'm going to say this too, it doesn't have to be Hermes. I feel like I'm going to be getting some more ear cuffs because they're just something interesting to have on. But yes, I got this from the Hermes sample sale. How much did I get it for? One something, because I think they're $330. And so yeah, so I got that. So maybe 170 is what I got it from. So this is outlet. So this is one of my favorite outlet finds. The next two I'm going to show you, I'm showing you for a reason. You know, Professor Dean's always teaching. So I got this Click H from the Design District 3 years ago. And when I tried it on, and there's another one that I want as well, but they didn't have my size. For those of you that don't know, they do come in sizes T1, T2, and T3. And I believe I'm a T, oh, does it say T1? It doesn't say. Anyway, I tried this on in store, and they didn't show it to me. I asked to see a bangle. They had bangles, and I just love the way the Click H looks with bangles. And so I saw a few bangles in store, and then the frugalista in me was like, wait a minute, I feel like I can find a bangle on the Real, and that's exactly what I did. So this is my Preloved bangle from the Real. Let me see, can you guys see? Okay, hope the light's not glowing it out. And so here is the bangle, and I just wanted a plain black bangle. I just like the way that it looked, and you can see, I don't know if you can see the Hermes on the inside there, but I got this from the Real. Please don't ask me the price. I probably should have had the price for you, but I didn't remember. And so I basically just wear them together, and wearing them together, number one, first of all, if you're watching me that hard to ask where I got my Click H, I got it from Hermes. But if you're watching that hard to, you know, trying to figure out, ooh, where did you get those two? This one's from Hermes, and this one's from the Real, and nobody knows the wiser. And so another thing that I like to do is, this is actually, because this is a little bit too big. Again, I'm a T1, and that's one thing that you need to pay attention to if you're, and we'll talk about this in the workshop, if you're buying jewelry, costume or otherwise on the Real, you need to know your size. Because again, if you're a T3 and you buy a T1, it's not going to fit, right? So I get this, I have this Amazon, and I'll link this in the description box. So what I do is I typically wear this one with the Amazon bracelet and then the bangle, because the bangle is indeed a little bit too big. But yeah, so this is one of my favorite jewelry finds. So I'm going to leave this on because it kind of goes with my outfit I'm going out today. So it's kind of selfish because I needed to do this. So another, oh wait, what am I doing? What are the other tops? This one doesn't go with this one. Hold on. This one goes with this one. There we go. All right, so continuing on with jewelry, I'm going to leave a link to this video because Fendi, and we're going to talk about this in the workshop as well. There are brands and I live in South Florida, so my outlet of choice is Sawgrass Mills. But we also have Dolphin Mall that has Saks off 5th. They used to have Neiman Marcus last call. I'm not sure. I'm going to take you down there during the Thanksgiving week when Riley's off, because I'll have time, right? So that being said, why am I telling you that? Some outlet stores create items that are specific to the outlet, like outlet only merchandise. Gucci is famous for this, not famous, but Gucci is known for this, Coach, and some other brands. And again, we'll talk about this in the workshop. Why do you need to know this? Because and I say this to people all the time, do not go to the outlet unless you know what's selling in the actual store, right? So you go to the store, check it out, and then a couple months later you can go to the outlets to see if it's made it there. The reason why you want to do that is because you may go to the outlet and purchase a $1,500 bag thinking that it's a Gucci bag, which it is a Gucci bag, but it's a Gucci outlet bag, okay? Which, listen, if that's the way you want to get it, honey, a logo is a logo, a bag is a bag. But the only thing is, if you're thinking that this is a bag that was once sold in the store and is now, you know, is now at a discounted price at Gucci, there are times when you're purchasing an outlet only bag. How to know that? You basically have to just know what was purchased in what was sold in the mainline store and what was sold and what isn't, right? Because it's going to take some work. And that's why I'm doing the workshop, right? Because for the average consumer, they don't know. There have been many times where I've been in the outlets and I've seen, women picking up bags, and I know in their brain they're thinking that it's a bag that was sold in the Gucci store, and it really was a bag that was made for the outlets. And there are times, I mind my business, but sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? That bag was actually sold in the store. I haven't seen this one in the store, so try to give them a little something. That being said, Fendi, to my knowledge, and we have a small Fendi outlet here, I've only seen Fendi from the stores at the outlet. I haven't seen any outlet only pieces at Fendi. So that being said, a few years ago, I purchased these 2 earrings, and and a necklace is in here too. Let me show you the necklace, because the necklace is in here. I thought the necklace was over there. And I purchased this necklace. So the reason why I'm showing you this, 2 necklaces. Lord, I forgot that I had this one too. So the reason why I'm showing you this is when a creative director leaves, or in the case of Fendi, when a creative director passes away, a lot of times they're sending pieces to the outlet. I don't want to say to get rid of it. That's not the right word to say. Because at Gucci right now, they're kind of, get rid of it. They are, getting ready for the new designer and what they're bringing to the table, right? So a lot of what I got during that time at Fendi, this is right after Karl Lagerfeld passed away, was from his era there. And so I was excited to buy those pieces because, again, as much as me and Karl are not friends. Karl had a way of speaking and a way of thinking that wasn't in line with everything that I thought of. But as a creative, listen, who cannot love Karl Lagerfeld? You just have to take him as he is. But I got that necklace, and then also these earrings. And what I loved about it is that one was gold and one was silver. And what I would love to do is probably get a Fendi cuff, a Fendi gold cuff, and wear it in the ear with the gold one. And so I got it in red, but they were such a good price, right? And that's what I want to talk about. It was such a good price. Where's the price? Did I keep any? I want to say, I'll leave a link to the video. You guys can check the price. But I got them for a really good price, again, because they were trying to sell through. That's the word I want to say, not get rid of. They were selling through Karl Lagerfeld's last designs at Fendi. And so this logo was a part of his last design. So I want to say that for the price of one, I got 2. That's what I'm going to say. And so this one is really cute because, again, all of them are. Because, again, you have the gold and the silver. So really, really talkative to tell you those 2 things, right? Let me see. Should I put this in here? And I keep my things boxed, especially with costume jewelry. Please don't play yourself. Do not play yourself with costume jewelry and just have them nilly-willy, because they are costume. They are not real. And that's another reason why I'm not trying to pay full price for costume jewelry. I have the Vuitton earrings and I wear them, but not as much as the Fendi ones. I don't know why. I feel like because the Fendi ones are wrapped, they just feel more special to me. But yeah, so how many minutes in was that for jewelry? But I think I gave you some tea in that 4 or 5 minutes. Look how much tea I gave you. So imagine a 2-hour workshop with me, right? Go ahead and sign up. Let's look at shoes. All right, so I have 4 pair of shoes here. I really could have gone to like 10 pair of shoes. I could have walked you through my entire closet because, yeah, all of my shoes are like pre-loved, and I'm just looking at my flats here. I'm like, maybe we need to make this a whole series because my birthday shoes are Gucci, and these are from the Real. And again, one of the reasons why I love to do pre-loved is because, yes, I could have gotten these full price. And I think that one of the dangers of shopping the way that I do is that you may not get your size, right? But I just have a belief that somebody is holding something in their closet that belongs to me. And that's the same way I feel about these loafers. These are from the Kent Scott collection, and I wanted them really, really bad. But when they came out, it just wasn't in my season to purchase. I want to say these were $1,200, and I was like, no, it's not in my season, not in this season. And then they actually popped up around January, and so I got them for my birthday for, I want to say like $200. So, you know, it works for some, works for others. If you wait it out, you very well could get something that you love. But again, you know, it's all about size. These are another pair of, no, those I got at the Real World. These are a pair that I got at the Gucci outlet. And I absolutely love these. Saw these in store and was just like, yes, please. And so I waited these out, and these ended up at the outlet. Yeah, I have so many, so we'll talk about that. So I wasn't going to show sandals because it's not sandal season, but of course I live in South Florida, and so it's always sandal season here. These again are from the Hermes sample sale, and so I have to bring sample sales in the mix too. So Preloved outlet sample sales. I'm a sample sale girly, okay? Maybe that's another video. My sample sale finds. Let me know in the comment section. Do you want a sample sale video? Do you want a shoe video? Let me know. So the reason why I'm bringing this out, because the Orans are not necessarily a shoe that is like my favorite. My favorite are the Dior. Let me put this in. My favorite flat is the Dior Douai sandals. Like if it was up to me, I would collect all of them. I think that they're, I don't want to say crib because it's like literally just Dior across the toe. But the thing that I like about the Douai is that they come out with the different ones every season, so you can really have a collection of like the different styles, and I kind of like that. And if I was down for spending money on the Dior book tote, I would definitely match them up. Like, that's my vibe. That being said, the Oran, I try on the Oran and then I'm like, I feel like everybody has this shoe. And that's not the case, right? It's really about, you know, proximity and where you live. I live in South Florida, and when I do go down to, you know, the Design District, when I go down to Bell Harbor, yes, you're going to see women in Hermes, right? But if I'm going to Alapata to the Goodwill Biz, I'm going to Hialeah to go hang out or wherever, the real Miami, I'm not going to see people in Hermes, okay? No shade. It's just the reality, all right? There is the Hermes South Florida and then the other South Florida. So that being said, I was not going to pay full price for the Oran. I was just like, no. But sample sale price, I can do that. And so, again, the shopping the way that I shop isn't the best per se, because, you know, how many of us are getting invited to sample sales, and how many sample sales is Hermes going to really have a year? So holding out to get a pair of Orans is probably not the wisest thing to do, but I did it, and I was able to get the Orans. These were $760, and then I got them for half off. I'll leave a link to the Hermes video because it's pretty recent. But again, these are actually less expensive than what you can find them for on the Real. Now on the Real, you can probably get a pair of Orans for maybe $500-600 brand new. They do have some worn ones that are a little less expensive, but I feel like if you're gonna get the Oran and you want the Hermes experience, and you want, you know, some of them do come with the boxes and the bags, you know, if you're not able to attend a sample sale, then go ahead and get it pre-loved. I think the thing about the Real as well is that they do have shoes and accessories and clothing, whereas Fashionphile does not. Vestiaire Collective, you definitely can get a breadth of assortment, but yeah, you can find these pre-loved for a great price. Let's put these up real quick, and then let's get into these. You guys, if you've been a part of this channel, then you know the story behind these shoes. I loved these shoes the minute that I saw them on the floor, on the sales floor. Loved them, wanted them. The original price was $850, $950. It's worn off. $950, $850, something like that. I wanted them the minute I saw them. But the season that I was in, seasons of life, we have to pay attention to our seasons. It's not always going to be a situation where, you know, you're not going to be able to afford it, or you will be able to afford. Like, know the season that you're in. For me, again, and my husband always says, I don't think you'll ever pay full price. The retail professor in me is like, I know how much it costs to make that shoe. Okay. So not to say I would not, but it wasn't the season where I was going to spend $950 on shoes. And then I felt like, because I have my spidey sense, I felt like these were going to make it to the outlets, and they did. And so my SA actually sent me a picture, and I was like, oh yeah, just put that to the back. That's mine. I love these shoes. Now, as much as I love them, have I worn them? Have I worn them? No, because it's like this. It's like my Dior shoes that I love them so much that I don't wear them. That is a sin, especially coming out of what I'm coming out of right now. Like, tomorrow is not promised. Okay, wear your stuff. So I'm going to actually wear these in the next couple weeks, and then I'm going to find an outfit to wear this with. But again, I wanted these, and they showed up at the outlets. I want to say they were like $300. Yes. So that's a favorite of mine. And they're so much of a favorite that, again, I have not worn them. Okay, so next up to bat, let me put these, everything's kind of like a Jenga puzzle up here. Let me put these here. All right, so the next ones, I saw these at the outlet. So I'm going even deeper now. I saw these in the store. Then I saw them at the outlet. And then I saw them at the Real Real, and the Real Real were cheaper. I want to say I got these for $200. And these are worn. Okay, so if you don't like to see worn shoes, you might want to skip to the next next section. But these, what are they called? These in store were $7.90. It says Snow White Black. There, it's oh, I forgot. It's from a collaboration. Don't quote me. I can't remember the collaboration. And I know it's not going to say the collaboration in here. But these are so comfortable. I have worn them everywhere. I've worn them in London. I've worn them in Portugal. I've wore them in Rome. These are like my travel shoe, and I love them so much. I love that it's kind of graffiti and kind of cartoonish. And yeah, I love these. And so again, I saw these in the store. I saw these at the outlet. And the Real Real had them cheaper. So I got them at the Real Real. And so, you know, depending on your budget, you know how low you can go, you know how much you want to spend, you know, you can shop relatively at any of these stores, right? It's just a matter, again, of your budget. These were $750. I want to say that at the outlet they were $3 something, or maybe $400. No, I want to say they were $500 because they're part of a collaboration. And then I just waited it out, and then they popped up on the Real Real, and I got them. All right. So my last shoe, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you another. Hold on. I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to show you this one because it's story time. And if you've been here again, if this is repetitive, I feel like this is repetitive because I love the same things season in and season out. These Louboutin boots. One of the things that we're going to talk about in the workshop is patience. If you're not a patient shopper, the way that I shop is not for you. If you just want what you want, and I have friends who want what they want, and they pay the full price, and there is no judgment, honey. Buy it. Buy the shoe, buy the bag, buy the jewelry. I am a patient shopper. So when I see something, it goes in a little wish list. Because if I wasn't a patient shopper, I would truly be a shopaholic for real, just out here shopping. But everything that you see is not for you. You don't have to buy everything that you see. And one of the things, the way that I shop actually saves me money because it keeps me from impulse shopping. And I have a lot of people, you know, with the shopping that I do in TJ Maxx and the like, you guys are like, how the heck do you not, like, how do you not buy everything? And I'm like, because I've seen everything and I know more than likely it's going to go on sale. And then the other part of it, I'm not an impulse buyer because the beauty of it and the shock of it would just take your breath away. But then, you know, an hour later, 2 hours later, or the next day, you may not feel that passionate about it. And I know that about myself. And so, number one, I always give myself 24 hours. And if I really, 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 really want it, then I'm going to get it. And there are some items that just like, I need that right now. And you need to know the difference between those times, right? Something that you really, really want or something that you think is just so, so beautiful. That being said, when I was in New York 2 years ago, we went to Bergdorf's and I saw this woman in all black. And a lot of the way that I dress is just from people that I see. We all know about Chicago and how Chicago has influenced my fall winter style. But we were in Bergdorf's and I saw this woman in all black. She had all black, it was a fur or faux fur. She had a black turtleneck, black leggings, and she had these on. And she looked so clean. And I was like, oh yeah, that's going on my wish list. And so I put these in my wish list in my brain that I wanted the Louboutin combat boots. And they came up on Real Real about a year later, because that was February. No, 7 or 8 months later. That was February that I went to New York. And I got them. These ended up being, because I feel like and I feel like these are still on the website. I want to say these were $12.95. Either these are on the website still, or they come up with different iterations of the combat boot. They have some, because I did see some at the Louboutin outlet here at Sawgrass. And so I got these on the Real. I want to say they were $600. And so I used my Real Kitty and I got these. And so again, I love these so much, and I love them 6 months later, and I got them. Okay, watch. Hold please. Don't fall. And then I told you this video is gonna be like 12 hours long. Dior, this is a new purchase, but again, I saw these in store and I put them in my mental Rolodex of what I wanted, because every brand has this is not called a loafer. This is called something else. What's the technical name? Let me know in the comment section. It's not, I'm gonna call it a loafer, but it's not a loafer, it's not a brogue. It's not coming to me. Anyway, this style of shoe, Chanel has one that I absolutely love. But I'm not shelling out $2,000. Saint Laurent has one. Every brand, every LVMH brand has one of these. Louis Vuitton has one of these. Again, LVMH. And so, yeah, I saw the Dior ones and I love them, and I waited it out and I was able to get them. So the last shoe, prayerfully, the last shoe, one of my favorite shoes in my closet. We've seen this season in, season out. And these were originally $17.50. Then they were $12.95. Then they were $7.91. And then I got them on the Real. I don't remember the price. I will leave a link to the video. But they were not $7.91. I saw these with my husband probably 2 years before they popped up on the Real. No, that's a lie. No, like a year and a half, 2 years. I saw these on the sales floor and I was like, the color. I love that the Christian Dior is embossed, so you really got to be up on me to see that it's Dior. I love the sole, but really the feel of the boot. I love the way that they look on. That was the thing too. These are actually my travel boot when I'm going somewhere cold, because they're so easy. I literally just slip my foot in, like when you're going through when you're going through security, you just slip your foot in and take your foot out. Like, it's so easy. And so these are one of my favorite boots. And again, they were $17.50, then $12.50, then $7.91, and then I got them new in box with the dust bags and everything for, were they $600? Let's call it $600. Let's call it $600. So again, one of my favorite. All right, let's do bags. I'm gonna stick to like 3 bags. I'm not gonna bring every bag in my closet here. If you want to see every bag in my closet, that may be another video, or maybe we'll do a little snippet in the workshop. I just realized that this video is probably gonna be 40 minutes long. Oh, and I just realized that my button wasn't buttoned. Okay. Give me some grace, guys. Give me some grace. All right, bags. I'm gonna leave the Antigonas for a separate video, because I feel like that would take the video up to like 8,000 minutes. Let's talk about 4 bags. The first one, outlet. So I talked a little bit about Gucci and their outlet bags. And so I got this at the Gucci outlet. This was from Alessandro Michele. I want to say even now this bag goes for like $2,000, $1,500, $2,000 on the Real or Fashion File or any of those sites. I got this at the outlet, and I'm trying to see if I have anything. I was going to show you the inside, but I got stuff in here. I got this at the outlet, and yeah, how did I get this at the outlet? I knew that this was not an outlet bag, right? And that's why I'm showing you this, because I saw this in the stores. This was like a 2015 bag. It made it to the outlets maybe 2018. I got this 2018 or 2019. So 3 years later, this showed up at the outlets, and I got it at the outlets. But again, I knew that it was not an outlet bag. And so one of the things that you can do, you don't necessarily, well, no, I'm gonna say it how I'm gonna say it. And if I offend you, please, I don't mean to offend you. But if you're someone that desires a Gucci bag, then go to the Gucci store. I know a few people that, you know, they want a Gucci bag, and I'll say, I shouldn't say no. I'll say I've encountered people that want a Gucci bag, want a Gucci bag, want a Gucci bag. And so I'll ask, you know, what style? And they say, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, you know, when you went to the store last, what caught your eye? And they're like, I've never been to a Gucci store. Please don't spend your money. I say this with love. Do not spend your money on a brand that you know nothing about. And I say it in love. Do not give these people your money. If I came up as a stranger, not me, because I know the child would give me money, but you would not just hand over $2,000, $2,500, $500 to a stranger on the street. These brands are strangers on the street. Treat them as such. Like, do not go in there and just spend money if you don't know anything about the history of the brand. And listen, I don't know the history of it. Listen, these creative directors change so much. I barely know who they are, okay? But before I buy anything from the brand, I'm going to investigate and find out. And so for me, you guys know I love Alessandro Michele. And now that he's a Valentino, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit up the Valentino outlet after this first collection comes out. But again, I meet so many individuals that want a Gucci bag, want a Gucci bag, want a Gucci bag, and they've never been to the Gucci store, or they don't frequent the Gucci store to find out exactly what they like. And again, I think that's harmful, because these brands don't, these brands not thinking about us. We have to think about us. And so we have to be really great. We have to be, not great, we have to be educated consumers and educate ourselves. If you love that brand, by all means, absolutely. But if you don't know anything about the brand, you don't know anything about the creative director, you don't know anything about the vision of the brand, you're just getting it to get it, when that brand or when that creative director, just like we have with Balenciaga, when that brand does something crazy, you just sat there with $2,000. It's not going to be $2,000. That's another reason why I shop Preloved, because these things depreciate so much. You guys know, but we're going to talk about this more with the Antigonas. The Antigonas have been out for over a decade, right? And so yes, you could go into the store and pay $2,500, but how much is it going to be worth in a year or 5 years, right? Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. The next bag, I got this, and look, it's luxury, I can't remember the name of it. The consignment store 2 holidays ago, you guys remember the video I did? I'll leave a link if I can find it. They closed. She closed. But I got this Gucci bag there. This was my Christmas present to myself for 2022. I want to say 2022 Christmas I got this, right? Or 2023. And I saw it. It was like up high because she had bags just all over. And I was like, how much is that bag? I want it. Give it to me. And so I love vintage. We'll talk about this at the workshop. There are some brands that just look better to me vintage. Gucci is one of them. And I say that just showing you the Gucci, the Bloom bag. Is it Bloom? I think that's the name. Dionysus Bloom. But Gucci, vintage Gucci is so good. Like, I prefer vintage Gucci. And I think that's why, I know that's why I loved Alessandro so much, is because he was actually the accessory designer for Gucci before he was the creative director. And so that's why his bag, let me put this somewhere. That's why his bag game was, I don't want to put this on the floor. I can hear Joyce in my head. Take it back off the floor. Oh, hold on, let me put this up. He was the accessories creative designer before he was the creative director, right? So he knows bags and shoes. And he brought a lot of the bags out from the archives. And so that's why we have a vintage feel in Gucci. Even to this day, they haven't gotten rid of some of the designs that he brought back, right? So brands like Gucci, if you really want a Gucci bag, I say, especially if you want your first Gucci bag and you are a little bit fearful of going to the store, maybe it's a little bit too intimidating, or you just don't want to do that, or maybe you don't have a Gucci nearby, look for vintage. So that one was a consignment piece. So the next one I'm going to show you, this is a recent purchase. This is the Marcy. I'm showing you this because the Marcy is still on, closed now. The Marcy is still, why are you not closing? Why are you not closing? Oh, hold on. I don't feel like finger-fangling with it. Hold on. Oh, Lord, come on. I'm going to leave it open. The Marcy is still on the site, on the Chloe website. Here we go. It's still on the Chloe website for, close. There we go. This is still on the Chloe website for like $2,000 something. How much should I get this for, guys? I'm sorry. I should be doing a video with brain fog, but how much should I pay for this? Like 2 something, 3 something, 2 something, right? 10% of what it's being sold for now on the Chloe website. Why is that? Because this is an older style bag that has just been continued throughout the brand. There's this one, not the Paddington, there's another one that they have on the site. They just keep updating it. Same with the Antigonas. The Antigonas that I have are different than the Antigonas that are in store now. They do update the hardware. I've shown you, I've taken you to Neiman's and we've seen this. They update the hardware. Sometimes they may, streamline the logo a little bit. So same with the Marcy. The thing about it is these updates that they do are so slight that unless people are really checking you, like checking you, they're not going to know. And then how do they know that you haven't had the bag for 10, 15 years, right? And so again, I love the Marcy. I saw it at a great price and I was like, listen, I feel like because Chloe's going through a renaissance now and everybody wants Chloe, I feel like these pre-loved sites are going to see that they could be making a lot more on this bag, right? Because if it's $2,500 in store, they realistically could sell it pre-loved, good condition for $1,000 and still make money because it's a hot brand right now. So I purchased this knowing that it was a hot brand and I was probably never going to find this bag for that price again, right? So that's my Chloe bag. And again, I'm going to leave the Antigonas for another day because I love my Antigonas and I love telling you guys stories. So last but not least, how long is this video? If you can spend 40 minutes with me, right? 30 minutes, if you can spend that amount of time with me, then you can spend 2 hours with me, right? And then it's going to be interactive so we can have a discussion. I'm looking so forward to this. I'm looking forward to laughing and looking at fashion and teaching. And so I hope that you guys can join me on the 23rd. We're going to have fun. So one of my favorites, and Fendi is my favorite logo brand. Like if I'm going to do a logo, Fendi for me, I don't know if it's the Mary J. Blige in me. I don't know if it's, the little old beautiful Jewish ladies in Boca Raton with their vintage Fendi. I don't know what it is because Boca Raton, they will give you a vintage Louis and a vintage Fendi situation in Boca Raton. Okay. Fabulous with their vintage. And so this was actually, and when I got it, I actually found, it wasn't a receipt. It was something in here that said Burdine. So this is actually, it made its way back down to Florida. Yeah, my Fendi, it's supposed to actually be a clutch. One of you guys told me this merchandise as a clutch, but it's vintage and I don't want it to like crackle and crinkle. I keep it in its bag, the real bag that it came in. And I keep it sitting up in between I have like some storage for like just regular stuff and I put it like standing up so it sits like this, it's not bent. But I love this bag. For me, I've said this before and I'll say it again, this bag can outdo any new Fendi that they're bringing out. Like when I wear this, people are just like, "Ooh, where'd you get that?" I'm like, it's vintage. I'm like, dang, they need to bring this back. They need to bring this back. And every time I see one on the Real, I leave a link for you guys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be leaving a link. I created a Louis Vuitton wish list. Did I create a Fendi one? I did a Prada Saffiano one. I did a Givenchy one. I'm going to leave all of those in the description box. But every time I find this, I post this in the community. So yeah, I love this. And again, for me, vintage Fendi, y'all can keep the regular Fendi. I actually posted one yesterday. Came back from Mommy's Memorial and I was just letting my brain breathe and I found a really nice vintage Fendi. So look in the community because I always put my vintage finds, I always put my bag finds that I'm not going to get in the community for you guys. All right, my darlings. So thank you for spending this time with me. I didn't intend for the video to be this long and it could be longer. Like I'm looking at my shoes and there's so much that I could be showing you guys. Let me know in the comment section if you want more. But again, on the 23rd, so that's next Saturday, the 23rd from 10 to 12, we're going to be having a good time. I'm putting the presentation together. And again, for those of you who are looking for a bag or looking for something, I'm going to leave space at the end for us as a group to kind of look at. I'm going to leave time for the group to say the pieces that they're looking for or the designers that they're looking for, and we'll search together. I'll actually show you how I go about looking for that and give you some input, give you my input as to whether you think it's a good price or not. All right, my darlings, have a wonderful day. Thank you guys again for your love and your support. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Don't stop. Especially throughout the holidays. I'm going to be you check on me and I'm going to be checking on you because it's, yeah. Yeah. All right, darlings, have a wonderful day. I will see you very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.